to Universal's home learning program. Let's get started with our warm-up for today. So today we're going to start with some squat jumps. So you're going to separate your legs into shoulder width apart, and you're going to squat down and jump up. So arms go in front of you. You are doing the squat and above your head when you are in the jump. And Carly is doing really good with pointing her toes underneath as well, so that's really good. So you do 5 here for Carly. At home you're going to do probably about 10 to 15, and then we'll move on to our box jump and go up and down. You don't have to use a really big box to do these box jumps because this is just for warm-up. It's just to get your heart rate going. So you can actually use like a step or a cooler or something of similar. And then let's do our side step ups. And you want to do these fast as well. So up and down. Try and go a little bit faster where you just bounce off the one leg. There you go. Is it tiring?
Yes.
And then let's go back to our squat jumps. Ready? And go. And then box jumps. Use your arms to help you get up there. And then side step ups. There you go. So that'll get your heart nice and racing and get your body all nice and warm. So let's go into some arm circles forward. And backwards. And side to side. And then let's get on the floor and do our wrists. Rock forward and backwards. Hands out to the side, rock side to side. You always want to make sure that your wrists and the rest of your body are really warmed up so you don't pull any muscles. And then upside down. There you go. Let's do our ankles as well. So rolling forward. And backwards. And switch your legs. And backwards. And then let's do our pike stretch. Stand up, turn to the side here. And then try and touch your toes. And you can put your hands flat on the floor, so let's try and get your hands flat behind your feet. And get your head into your legs if you can. There you go. Okay? So we're going to do that. And so after we're done with all of that, you should be nice and warm, and we should be ready for our skills. Alright, now we're ready for our skills, so we're going to review back limbers. We did back limbers last week. So let's review our back limbers. So go ahead, Carly, and stand this way. There you go. Arms up. You're going to bridge down. Go ahead and bridge down, and you want your feet to come over. There you go. Nice. So she bent her knees. That is okay. We want to try and get it to where they're straight, though. She's also starting with her legs together. This is more advanced, so if you want to start learning how to do your back limber with your legs glued together, that is perfectly fine. But it is also okay to have them shoulder width apart as well. Okay? So go ahead. And as soon as your hands touch, you want your feet to just lift right off. Basically, a back limber is kind of like a real slow motion back handspring. Okay? Do one again. Very good. Okay? Now we are going to go into our back bend kickover. So we are going to progress up to what the next thing would be. So basically it would be back bend, so you're going to just back bend, and then you're going to kick over like so. Now, when she does it, go ahead and come up right here again, Carly, and back bend again. So back bend. Now what she does is, if you see her when she does it, she steps back towards her shoulders a little bit to kick over. What that does is it helps her get her shoulders over her hands more. She's able to push her shoulders that way so she's able to kick over and she lands in a nice lunge. Good job. So that is our back bend kickover, and then now for stars we're going to do our back walkover. Back walkover, she's going to start with her leg up, so actually I want you to start with your leg down. So start with your leg down first, and then go ahead and bridge kickover. So what she does is as she's going into her bridge, she's going to lift her leg up and it's going to continue to go over in one fluid motion. Okay? She pushes her hips slightly forward, and that is okay. Do it again. And then now she's going to lift up, and that is more advanced. So when you are getting to where you're comfortable, really comfortable with your foot on the ground, lift it up to be able to do your back walkover just like that. You do want to finish in a lunge. So that is our back walkover. So when you are doing the stars, just doing the skill, just being able to do the back walkover, no matter what it looks like, is 1 star. And then having your legs straight throughout the entire skill is going to be 2 stars. And then starting with your leg up in the air, at least horizontal belly button height, and then keeping your legs straight and having good form throughout the skill is 3 stars. So now let's move on to conditioning. So now we're going to do some conditioning. First up, we're going to do Russian twists. So we're going to lie down. It is a really good core exercise. You're going to hit this kind of tuck up position, and you're basically going to just twist your upper body. Okay? And this alone is hard because it takes some coordination to get to it. Okay? So practice this. This is hard because I'm having her have her legs up in the air. You can also start by putting your legs on the ground and doing it, if that makes it a little bit easier, so you kind of know. Lean back just a little bit. There you go. Okay? So to make this harder, you lift your legs up in the air to make it harder. You can also straighten your legs to make it harder. And we can also add in a medicine ball. This one is 5 pounds. And go ahead, and that also will make doing your Russian twists harder. And you should be doing these anywhere from 10 to 20. Okay? Next we are going to do our leg lifts. So leg lifts are normally done hanging off of a bar or something, but you can also do them at home on your floor. So I'm going to have Carly hold on to a box. You can hold on to a kitchen table leg or underneath your sofa or anything like that. She's going to squeeze her legs super, super tight, push her lower back into the floor, and then lift up and go all the way, touch her toes, come down. But she's not going to hit her heels on the ground. And she's going to lift up again. And again. Okay? So again, when you do these, you should be doing 10 to 20 of these. Okay? This is going to help with flexibility and in your core as well. Okay? And next, we are going to do our handstand touches. I call them handstand touches, but basically you're going to do a handstand up against the wall, nice and tight, and you're going to touch your shoulder. And you're going to go back and forth. This is a great shoulder exercise. Okay? So this is going to be for stars. If you can do 10, and you're going to count them out 1, 1. So when you touch your shoulder, that's 1. You touch your next shoulder, that's 1 before you move on to 2. Okay? So 1, 1, counting 1, 1, you are going, if you can do 10, that's 1 star. And if you can do 20, that's 2 stars. And if you can do 30, that is going to be 3 stars. But remember, they're 1, 1. That's how you have to count them out. So now we are going to go into our flexibility. So first up, we're going to just go through our splits. So let's push into the lunge. So get in your lunge, that first position. Push your hips nice and forward. Keep your chest up. And go ahead and straighten your leg out. Straighten it out. Reach past your toes. If you want to try and get your face on your knee, there you go, and reach past your toes. And then slide down. Okay? Fix your shoulders. You want to keep them nice and square. and fix your back leg. Make sure that it's rolled over. Very nice. Okay? And then let's do our left leg split. Push your hips forward. Keep your chest up. And then leg straight. Again, try and reach past your toes and try and get your face to your knee. Good job on keeping your ribs square. And then slide down. This one is the same. Keep your shoulders square. Keep your leg rolled over. That's good. Really squeeze. Let your body come down. Don't hold yourself up. The only way you're going to get better at your splits is if you just let yourself come down a little bit more every day. Okay, and then let's go to our middle splits. So you can face this way. And then squeeze those knees. Keep your hips right here. There you go. These you just want to let your body weight push you down. And then eventually you'll get down on these as well. You can also have someone maybe put a book on you, a heavier book that might push you down a little bit. I don't recommend really pushing anyone down in their splits just because you can tear muscles, and I am not a fan of that. So go ahead and come out of those. Now we are going to do our shoulder stretches, so on the ground again. So face your toes this way, really. There you go. So you're going to try and reach your pinkies together like she's doing, and then she's going to get down, try and get her armpits as close to the floor as she possibly can. So in this position, squeeze those knees, there you go. And then once you're as far as you can go, lift your legs up. This will help put pressure on your shoulders to try and get your armpits closer. Squeeze those. There you go. Okay? And can you get your legs to your nose? That's going to be even more. That's okay. Something to work for. Okay? And then bridges. Bridge up. And you want to push, yes, push your shoulders over those hands. She's got her legs nice and straight and together. And then keep your head in. There you go. So how she was pushing her nose out, I usually tell them try and push your nose to touch my hand. Okay? Which makes them push their shoulders further out. Okay? And then go ahead and come down, rock and roll. Always rock and roll afterwards. When you are in a bridge, your body's not normally meant to go backwards, so this kind of helps counteract that and makes your back so it doesn't hurt. Okay? And then let's move on to our pancake. So basically you're going to sit in a straddle sit on the floor, and then you are going to reach forward. What you want to try and do is you want to try and keep your knees facing the ceiling. So try it again, squeeze those legs. Okay, point those toes, squeeze them. Okay, so you want to try and keep your knees facing the ceiling as much as you can. You want to keep your big toes off the floor. Okay, and just doing the pancake, no matter what it looks like, you'll get 1 star. If you do it with straight legs, okay, no matter, you don't have to have your belly on the floor yet. So if you just have straight legs and you're reaching as far as you can, that'll get you 2 stars. But if you can get your belly flat on the floor, like what Carly was doing, I'm going to have Carly bring her feet in a little bit because this makes it more difficult. So her straddle is now, instead of being a really wide straddle, she's brought them in, and she's going to reach forward. So this makes it harder. Her knees are nice and straight, toes are pointed, and her belly is close to the floor, not quite. But if you can get it down this far, belly to the floor, then that's going to be 3 stars. So good job, Carly. All right, so that's going to be it for today. So we look forward to seeing your videos, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.